Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
Today we're going to talk about that lovely painting. It's called The Holy Family. It's actually it's a lovely painting. The colours are very well matched.
It is, and not alone, Oliver, is it a lovely painting. I did it from a picture of the Holy Family, and my own interpretation of what I saw. Now, the thing about it is this: that it's the Holy Family, and it does give an example of what a family, I suppose, should be. In other words, a family, but a holy family. And the word holy in this country, because of, I suppose, the silence of our bishops and priests on this matter, they don't highlight this. They didn't highlight it during recent referendums. As a matter of fact, they didn't speak at all. And I see, funny enough, in Hungary, I think it's Hungary or that country, that people, Coca-Cola was trying to put out an ad on buses and various things that seemed to promote, or did, LBGT, like, agenda. And using Coca-Cola as a sort of unifying force. It was objected to by the Catholics and Christians, and big large meetings and signatures, and Coca-Cola was obliged to withdraw that campaign. But it shows you what these monopoly situations, these big companies are capable of doing if they get away with it. This is a very Catholic country, Hungary, and they respect life and marriage as we understand it traditionally. But the Catholics complained about the silence of the bishops, including the Cardinal, and they have apologised for what they've neglected, and so they have, and it's been reported in the media, in magazines that I read. For example, the Tablet is reported, and that just recently, about that. So we can justifiably also claim that this marvellous depiction of the Holy Family, the ideal, if you like, if people could aim towards it, we don't always succeed, but at least if you aim, you have a chance of hitting something. If you don't aim at something, you'll never hit it. So this is something that I certainly promote, and I think that it also results in happiness, contentment, because there is nothing divisive about it. And this is the ideal, and this is the sort of thing we can aim for. I'll just give you one little example. My late wife's cousin, and she was the mother for that lad, her cousin Sean Riley from Kilmainham Wood, Armore. His wife was involved in a very serious accident 6 weeks ago between Kingscourt and Carrickmacross at 5 o'clock on a Saturday evening, when some driver, it was actually a foreign driver driving, was on the wrong side of the road, and she was so seriously injured she had to be airlifted to hospital. Her daughter, fortunately, was with her and was in Drogheda for a couple of days only, and made a grand, wasn't seriously injured, but Sylvia was. Now, I've donated with one of our sister-in-laws rosary beads from the Holy Land, and she's using it, and she's now perfectly well able to talk. She was unconscious for 10 days, probably induced because of the serious injuries. She had to be cut out.
Oh my God.
And airlifted to Tala, and then she was in James Street. So she's undergone a lot of surgery, and the people in Kilmainham Wood have had a mass and visited the Holy Eucharist for her. And of course the Holy Family, I think it was prompted by that episode, that occurred, because I did this not that long ago. Because anyway, I've indicated and requested that when she does make a recovery from her illness and returns home, but she's making progress, but terrible amount of surgery required. When she returns home, that they say the family rosary in Thanksgiving. So, even though it was a terrible event, something good could happen. So this is what the Holy Family, I think, shows. And Ireland was, by and large, aiming towards that when I was young. Not everyone succeeded, naturally, because we're all leaky vessels in many ways, and sometimes we often stepped aside. But even though when I was growing up, certainly you certainly were obliged when you practiced your Catholic faith and went to Mass every Sunday, of course, and went to confessions every week. This is something now that doesn't happen, because in some churches they don't have confessions, only by request. So this is a very sad affair. So here we are, there's the Holy Family, and I hope people take some inspiration and comfort from it.
Thank you very much, John.
Thank you very much, Albert.